Todd, how pleased were you with the way the offense looked in Cincinnati compared to the week before?
Well, it was a hell of a lot better. Just in terms of operation, communication, myself, Lamar, huddle, breaking the huddle, not perfect. Still left some things out there just in terms of operation. To me, that's the start of it. Otherwise, you have a lot of drag. You know, it doesn't look like you want it to look like. So I was pleased with that part of it. Obviously, the guys did a great job of executing, but it started with the operation.
So not as much drag this week.
This past week? No, not as much drag. Not as much wasted plays. Like, not as many just not giving yourself a chance to be successful. And we talked about that last week. So it's still an ongoing process. What we do each week, what we do well, what they do, what we put in the plan, and then carrying that over to Sunday.
Tied for the fewest amount of 3 and outs as an offense. Just can you talk about the importance of getting that first down and how you practice and work to get that first one?
Yeah, what's crazy is that first game. We had the same. Like I said, half the battle's getting that first down, and then we just stalled. We just a lot of drag. But as I always say, like overall statistics just make you feel good because it really doesn't make for this week. Like, our job is to do the same thing this week, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's really week to week. You can't carry that over and say, well, hey, wait a minute, No, we got to do it each week. That's what we're paid to do, and that is to try to find a way each week to do that, and then continue drives. But it is important to get that first down, get yourself going, and I've been happy with that part of it. Yes.
Coach, in talking to Lamar and Zay Flowers yesterday, it was very evident how much fun they were having in that game. How much fun did you have?
Oh, it's never fun. Game day's not fun. I don't know how everybody says that. I mean, it's stressful as hell. But I enjoy watching our guys play. I enjoy coaching our players. I think we've got a great group of young guys, that's fun to come out every day and come to the meeting rooms with those guys. That I enjoy. But, I mean, it's a job, Everything builds up to basically game day, and I don't take that lightly, So it is what it is. I mean, you fight like heck during the week to get the looks you want and try to carry that over on Sunday and put the guys in the best position to be successful.
Todd, speaking of week to week, obviously Zay has been pretty involved each of those first two weeks. How much of that is situational? How much is it obviously he's a guy who's got a lot of talent?
All the above. I mean, you're going to put any player in a position that gives them the best chance to be successful, wherever that might be. You're not going to put a tight end out there to run a take route normally. You're going to put them where they can be successful. You put Zay where you think you can be successful. We dictate some of that. The defense dictates some of that. Number of reps dictates some of that. Style of game it is. Like this week, we got into 2-minute. Well, the wideouts are happy as hell, right? Get into 4-minute, the running backs are happy as hell, right? That's just the way it works, right? And so you get more opportunities to showcase your ability, which is what like every skill player is looking to do. So we do try to find ways to get all of our players involved as best we can.
What stood out to you about him in the respect that he's a rookie and maybe surprised you or just stood out? A guy who's a rookie. So.
Well, I'm just going to go beyond his skill set because that's easy to see. I think you can being around him, you just feel his contagious spirit, his youthfulness, his smile, his approach every day. I don't know if I've ever come to work, which hopefully I've tried to do the exact same thing, but he's got a smile on his face. He loves playing football, which all of our guys do, but again, it's just it's fun to be around. He's got a little bit of an absence of fear. He doesn't. I think he's expected to have success, and that's half the battle when you're a young player, is to expect to have success, and he expects to have success.
As someone, you've been a number of places. How rare and how valuable is it to have someone like Patrick McCary who can play all 5 offensive line spots? He started at multiple spots over the course of his career. knowing that injuries are going to happen over the course of the season?
Yeah, it feels like you're trying to get him a contract extension here by my comments here. First of all, it's extremely valuable. Anybody that makes, I said it way back when, whoever makes our 53-man roster or is part of our practice squad is elite. They're elite. I mean, they're here for a reason because you feel good that if something were to happen at any given position, the expectation is that those players will go in and play at a high level. And we should expect that. And he did that. And he has done that. That wasn't new. We were not surprised that he played at a very high level.
Todd, you guys just brought back Kenyon Drake, who was here last year. I know he just got here, but is there any familiarities in the offense that he can kind of grasp from what he was doing last year with the Ravens?
I think so. There's some carryover. Some of the verbiage is the same. Some of it's different, So, but again, it's getting up to speed with what the little different nuances are, but inside zones, inside zone, outside zone, gap schemes, a flat route, a wheel route, it's all the same. We just got to get him up to speed, and if he ends up being up at some point, then, you start with a certain base of plays that he feels like he can handle, that we know he can go on the field. And it's not a matter of execution, it's a matter of the operation of it, right? It's everybody can run a flat route, but not if he runs an angle and we're expecting a flat, if that makes sense. Then it's not.
Todd, along those lines, is it any more difficult for these linemen to line up where they typically aren't? On that final drive, you're kind of mixing and matching certain guys along the line, having dudes line up on the left side when they're usually on the right side. Is that just an expectation for your offense?
Well, it's a credit to those guys. It's a credit to those guys being able to move around and be able to play both sides.
Todd, I know you've been asked about being reunited with Odell Beckham Jr., but now that you've been around him for a few months, what's maybe the biggest difference you see out of him just as a person from 2019?
Oh, he's always, from a person standpoint, Odell's always been a fantastic person. People gravitate towards him. He's got a great personality. He's got great charisma, and he loves playing football. He loves being around the locker room. He loves the guys. You see. I've said this before. I think you see, like any of us, as you age, you mature. He may think differently. I'm giving you my opinion, but it's to the point. Like I said, Rams win a Super Bowl, get hurt, coming back. I think there's a certain wanting to be able to prove that he can still play at a high level, which is fun to be around. He's done a great job with our younger guys. I think he's always been good at that, but I think he feels a more sense of being a little bit older, how important that is for the younger players.